He's beating the wraith with his hand on my coochie. He's touching me. Oh wait, he's beating the wraith with his hand on my coochie. He's touching Emilio Pucci. Let me check this YouTube out real quick. Let me see. I'm on YouTube and I just searched up YouTube. I'm just gonna. Oh my god, bro! I hate my. All right. Let's see. Where's my YouTube stream? Yeah, this is master code. Yeah. And boom goes the dynamite. All right. Let me see. Share screen. I'm on itch.io. I love me some what's it called? Indie games. How do I take this stupid gosh dang screen off? Yeah, I love me a midnight stream. Hey, this is pretty hard. Wow, that was horrible. I love Instagram. So yeah, what was I talking about? Um, mad board on here. How do I take this thing? I guess I can't. But yeah, hello everyone, or just me at least. I was just gonna stream for a bit. If you're going back and watching this, man, now that's unsettling right there. But this picture, this GIF that they keep repeating, I love this so much. I remember looking at it and I was like, oh man, this is actually kind of like making me get a bit of a chill. And then I just see Rocket over here, 89P13. Enjoy your Armorbacks. Enjoy your Armorbacks. Enjoy your Armorbacks. Take the amplifier, kid. Enjoy your Armorbacks. Uh, I love me some Rivals. I've been playing a lot more Rivals now, and I've been really enjoying it. I've been really enjoying it. Hello, if anyone's there. I have no idea if anyone's watching or if it's just my other laptop screen. Time for me to go into the matrix quick of me watching the stream to make sure nothing is going awry. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh, oh my gosh. Hold on. Did I just make a beat? 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 Hold on. Did I just cook? 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 Did I do that? 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 I think I did. I think I did. I think I did. I I think I did. I I'm way too goated. I'm way too goated. I'm way too goated. I'm way too goated. Oh my gosh. I'm way too goated. Oh my gosh. I'm way too goated. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. 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 Oh my gosh. Gunga ging gang, ging gang, gunga 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 ging gang. Oh, wait a minute. And upon muting that, does that snap the code? Snap the code? Snap the code? Okay. Just get a listen. Oh my gosh. I get distracted very easily. Um yeah, I love me some itch.io. They be having some amazing, little underground games. The thing I do hate is how many of the horror games at least seem like, wait a minute, this is a normal thing, but it's actually scary. What the heck? Egg fried rice? That's a normal thing, but it's actually kind of creepy. Dolls? That's a normal thing. Anime? Oh, I shouldn't talk about Doki Doki. Uh, but just how many of them are like, you know, the escalator. You're an escalator cleaning man, but one night something goes awry. Anyways, anyway, um, what was I talking about? I said that like twice already. Uh, oh, and it seems like I keep just stopping, but I keep switching between tabs. Let me share this tab. Beautiful. So what is that thumbnail? People don't rock with Incredible Gassy. It's sad to see. Um, I'm on quite a few different subreddits, like the Ink Tank, Donkey. Um, that one was one I made like years ago. That was for Mark IV Visa. He makes funny videos. That was for Lando and all the like fat anime memes. Oh my gosh. Oh, Ruins. What? It got taken down? Oh well. Second Wind. That one was a writers group I was in. That one's for Truthful Acting Studios. Like one of my professors who also has a podcast and everything. Oh wow, Bryce Papenbrook's Playpen, Stinktown. That's one that my friend Audra, she's in, also known as Evil Chalky Milk. So make sure to shout her out or say hi to her if you see her. That was another one. What's this one for? Oh, that new Ben 10 game. I can't wait for that. Like a Ben 10 fan game. This one is for like Chikawa stuff. I started trying to get into Chikawa, but I never found out a good place to watch it because on YouTube they had a lot of the episodes, but they were all like vertical and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm not trying to watch this horizontal format vertically and then have two giant Chikawa shadows in the background, like an echo of Chikawa. An echo of Chikawa? An echo of Chikawa. An echo of Chikawa. An echo of Chico. Onwards. An echo of Chico. And onwards. An echo of Chico. And onwards. An echo of Chico. And onwards. An echo. Okay, sorry. Uh, who's here? Hi, whoever's here. I don't know if you're here or if it's just me, but hi if you're here. Say something to me. I want you to. I'm gonna get really angry if you don't say something. Oh, that's right. Time to show my recommended feed. Uh, I've been getting a lot more of these Incredibles videos. God. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Not like these in particular, because there are always going to be those ding, 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 ding. Did you know that this superhero is more powerful than the strongest superhero you know? This is beats everybody, man. And yeah, he's quite a powerhouse. Oh, both of these are what I wanted to talk about. Ice Cube and The Incredibles, not Dance Party Plus. That was a good song. I listened to that album Decadence recently, and then the one person who was watching left. That's cool. It's not like I'm mad or something. Not like I got feelings or whatever. Not like I'm gonna kill myself on camera if you don't join. But Incredibles, War of the Worlds, and Decadence. That's right. I listened to Decadence because I was like, man, I should probably listen to more music and stuff. Like every now and then I get a burst of productivity, just like wanting to be useful and everything. Or make the most use out of my time. Pardon me. Usually whenever I stream, it's only for like 5 minutes and then I immediately delete the video afterwards because I feel terrible about it. I feel like that's a reoccurring motif. Like I start working on something and then I'm like, okay, this actually kind of sucks, doesn't it? And then feel bad about it and then just delete it. Oh, you like this? Who liked this? Tell me who liked it. I want to know. Tell me who liked it. Who liked it? Let me skip past this ad. Like now I'm like, damn, is this how everybody else feels? Because whenever I watch a video of mine every now and then, or like now when I'm looking at a live stream, an ad pops up, and then I was like, this is irritating. Let me fix something. Hmm. Huh. Okay. Man, this is mad irritating. I keep forgetting to turn my YouTube feed off. YouTube audio off. Sorry. And then just have myself repeating on everything I say. But yeah, Chikawa, this little guy. He's funny. I like Curry Manju. I need to watch some more of it. I only watched like 5 episodes, and there are like 1,000, so I'm a little behind. So yeah, this server I had joined, and I was like, ah, because I saw the YouTube trailer for. Wait a minute. Look back here at this e-girl. She would make an amazing cover for like some summer song or something. Um, what's it called? Wait a minute. Okay, I'm like, yeah, is it showing this? All right, but yeah, let me see. I at first when I listened to it, I was like, I'm not feeling this, just because I don't think she's a bad voice actor. But I was like, she does seem a bit like airy.
Tension fades, but the emptiness never does. It's like this hollow echo that follows me around.
Shawty, what are you talking about? That's what we call purple prose. Where you just say a bunch of hoo ha. Hmm. I sound really mean right now. Sometimes I don't like sounding so mean, but it was mean, and I'm like, I think that I wish her the best of luck in all of them. The best of luck. Let me see. Uh, I'm like, this is the ego kicking in. I've never had something like this on this level. Let me see. Come on. Do I show up? Do I show up? Come on. Come on. Oh yeah, this one. That's what I mean with the revisionist stuff. You know, Class of '09 was never good. Type drunk. I think the video itself was good, but I'm like, can we guys not like you liked it? A lot of you guys liked Class of '09, and then you started putting in farts and feet and so on, epic stuff, and then you didn't like that. So now you're like, well, it was actually never good. Let me see. That's me. Hi, me. Oh, I'm doing it again, aren't I? PlayStation just makes whatever the fuck, don't they? Meat and Fuck Kingdom 7. They'll just put that out. It's got Troy Baker in it. Yeah, let's do that. What was I searching up? This is like where you click on your grandma's Google and then you see like what's in salt and stuff like that on there. Archie's Final Project. That was a good movie. But I guess right about now, I should probably start actually talking about what I started the live stream for. Again, hi if anyone else is here or not. Maybe I'm looking. It said two people and then dropped down to one as soon as I left. So maybe it's me. Maybe this counts for more than just one view. I don't know. So, bro, I vastly overestimated how much voice actors give a fuck because after the whole foot side stuff, I was like, Europe, all the voice actors they're probably gonna end up speaking up because this has been such a big part of their. Nobody cared about anything that happened with Sobro, so that was like I didn't want anything bad to happen. I don't think he's a bad dude. He just said some whack stuff, but I don't know. Wait, what was I searching up? Bamboo. I don't know what bamboo is. Anyways, Class of '09, the foot side. No, I'm not talking about Class of '09. Incredibles. Dude, I wish I could get drunk again like that last video. The Ninja Kamui. Dog. Getting drunk is really fun. Now I understand why people get like alcoholic and beat their wives and stuff like that. The beating their wives, that seems a bit excessive. But like being drunk is really cool. Very bizarre. It makes you feel like more of yourself. Like that's what Spidey must have been feeling when he put that venom in him. Filling with the venom and eliminate him. Otherwise, I minimate him. Incredibles. So yeah, the other day, dude, I love Instagram reels so much. Like once you find your groove, it becomes amazing, but it takes a lot of time to get there. I'm just gonna put on. I was gonna try and find like some game. But I don't even know. Like, can we just filter out horror? Everybody wants to be a horror thing. Everyone wants. People are like, everyone wants to make Undertale. No, everyone wants to make Five Nights at Freddy's. That's how you get the entire page filled with nothing but jump scare horror. The normal X is evil. Oh my gosh. I took a shit in the toilet. The shit is evil, actually. Oh, well, what's the lore of the shit? Well, actually, when I ate that sandwich that's in the shit, it was actually made by a cannibal butcher. And my shit is haunted by the ghosts of dead Japanese children. Like, that's every fucking indie game now. It's crazy. But yeah, 100% off. Don't mind if I do, but I won't. I'm just gonna play this game. It's called The Roottrees Are Dead. It's a really fun game. It's a mystery game, and I've gone so long without playing it. I kind of remember how to play it, but it's one of those things where I'm at the point where I might as well just start over from the beginning. Um, so yeah, let's see. The Incredibles. I've gone so long not talking about The Incredibles. For those of you who don't know, I absolutely freaking love The Incredibles.
The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Rootree Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated that from the pilot's final communications, the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Rootree and his daughters, the Rootree sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
That was the sickest title drop ever. This is so loud. I'm listening to it on YouTube. Jeez Louise, man. Here it sounds fine, but then I pull it up on YouTube and it's like, oh my god, this is booming. No metro. And it's still so loud. Too loud. Still too loud. Jeez, man. It's like Family Guy. He was like, that's what I've been doing to people? Oh my god. Metro, metro, metro. I'm in this shit here booming. Up to lean, the syrup, the fluid. Not gonna lie, something told me to do it. Got the perky and henny and blew it. Hit a room, get to it. I can save you, I can save you, I can save you, I can't. Let's see. Might as well erase save. Sure. Now, before I erase save, this is everything that I've worked on so far. These are the need to be discovered. So, the whole point of the game is to find out who's related to who post the Roottree family um, members dying in a plane crash. So now you've got to figure out who's directly related and who's just like a sibling or not a sibling, like a spouse or whatever, and then figure out and wilt it down from there. Not wilt, whittle it down from there. Uh, it's pretty fun. I just I kind of like boring stuff. Not boring stuff. I like this is a detective game, but in not in the way of like, LA Noir where it's like you walk into an alleyway and it's a fucking cigarette on the ground. Then it's like, wait a minute, that one cigarette that looks important. Then you look at it and then it has like the lipstick of the girl who got killed, and then it's like, oh, wait a minute, and then over here it's a shoelace. Wait, the shoelace only matches with, oh, it's him. So in this game, it's literally like every single detail matters. In an investigation, details matter. That's what Alan Richson said. And dog, when I tell you, they let you put down notes. Dog, I have literally been keeping notes like this is a Bible study because I at this point I'm like I can't even tell what I was writing. The free spirits, these are the different generations of root trees. This is just what I mean. What does this even say? The Root Tree Candy Company. I'm trying to keep notes. If like I didn't even take this many notes in college, so it gets very in depth. Let's see. Wait a minute. I just clicked on outskirts. Someone said mogged. Anyways, be normal. Either the mods be beneath us. Mogged. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Girl said she's 15. Are you for real? Go work on your times tables. Go play some Roblox or something. You're a child. What's this? I guess he does. 100 new messages since 2 days ago? What have they been doing? Role playing the Odyssey or something? Who are these? Oh, that's the outskirts characters. Let me see. Hi, if someone joined again. Hello. It says one watching now, and again, I'm like, is this just me watching it or actually someone else? Sorry, time for me to get back on track. But yeah, I'm genuinely like trying to keep track of everything that I started. I'm like, Jesus, Louises, man. I can't. I can't start over again. Or maybe I shouldn't, but I really do wanna at this point. I'll ignore that. Jeez, man. But yeah, that's what I mean. This game is one of those games where it's like literally every single detail matters. Like, they could be like, and so did XYZ, and then you're like, man, how does this all fit together? And then it's like, oh, it says he went to, church camp or whatever this year, and then that ties back in. So it's really intriguing. You should check it out. I think the dude who made this ended up remaking it because he needed to use a lot of AI or whatever because he couldn't afford any artists, and so he felt bad and then remade it for real once this game got popular with like actual artists and actual CGs and models and everything. So it's admirable. I was just talking about that with my friend Brandon. How it's like how it's like, at least for me, I can kind of understand why people use AI. Me personally, I don't, because it's like if I make something, it's hard to take credit for it if I didn't, put in the work myself, which is why I really, despise when someone's, typing prompts into a box and then they're like, all right, here's my art. It's like, no, that's ChatGPT's art. You were just kind of like the guy who told him to do it. Uh, Man, erase save. Jeez, I can't look. I'll just, yeah, whatever.
The plane that crashed last night
I
just
hear
outside of
you.
Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the
I hear you,
Roottrees
man.
Corporation. Local
What does it sound
aviation
like on
authorities have
YouTube?
speculated that from the pilot's final communications, the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the
Dude, it's
crash.
so loud.
On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Rootree and his daughters, the Rootree sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the
Jonathan
Roottrees
Majors. I don't
are
care.
dead.
Yawn, 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 yawn. Really nice royalty free music. It's really fun. But yeah. But I wanted to talk about two things tonight: The Incredibles and I don't know why I'm going blank now. Jeez. The Incredibles and that new Jesus, War of the Worlds. Nobody expected those scabs. Rest their souls to die so young. Root Tree Candy Company's lawyers are scrambling. I'm here to find help for what's next. Anyone who's Root Tree's blood relative is about to get wealthier. A whole lot wealthier. I don't know why I hold that. There ain't no hold that. It's important to verify who's who. I hear you're an expert at sorting things out in the family trees, yeah? I'm gonna give you a quick test in it. If you pass, you get the job. Fill in the names, pictures, and occupations of the cunts. Root Tree sisters. Do it. Siblings join the family tree. Oldest to youngest, yeah? You can search the internet, sleuth it out, cunt. Evidence up there. The person who hired you gave you this photo with an attached. Man, AI really knows how to make them. Oh my gosh. Anyways, you might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Look at you, Miss High and Mighty. You think you're so important just because your daddy owns Nestle. Your daddy owns Nestle? Well, guess what? I have a butler named Wesley. Yeah, and he's got a jet ski. And what? I'm not like you. You're messy. I be kicking it like Messi. That's just a little bar. Just a little bar, Kit Kat bar, you know. But so is growing up. That's like how she found a milk is so funny. Damn, bitch, you're so dull. Thank God you died. Anyways, Spider Searcher. Which URL would you like to visit? Now, that's the cool thing. You can also, let me see, go here. Spider Searcher. And then the whole thing is you type in stuff and then it takes you to everything. You go over here Hi, here are your notes. Cousins, siblings, whatever. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. I'm your dirty little whore. And then you can post the garbage onto the things. And so you got the 3 Roottrees sisters. So first up, go here. Man. I shouldn't say that word. So I'm gonna censor myself a little bit. The Roottrees sisters. Body, body, ba, ma, 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 ma. Fan site, neon pink with purple text is hard to read, but you still underline the words. Wait, no, I didn't mean to skip Kevin. Raina's the most famous because she's the oldest, and so you got, I think all of them are R's, right? So Raina, Root Tree, oldest, Kenny, Brand, Root, and I try and dress in plaid root clothes just like Riley does, so that's important as well. And their mom Brenda's the fashion designer. All right, the mom died, the whole family died. Oh no, it's hard. I'm like, should I make it Carl, Dad, Brenda, Mama, Raina, oldest daughter? See, this is what I mean. Oh my god, I'm supposed to talk about the game. I mean, the Incredibles. Which one is Riley and which one is Rose? Plaid root tree clothes like Riley. Oh my gosh, you know what? I'm tired of writing root tree, and then it ends up getting way too much. In plaid. Are they pierced or no? Rose. Ears. I can't remember. And so, root trees. She talks about dumb bullshit. Riley, root tree. And is the most famous, alright, and she's married to TMS. Her dad is the president. Meh, meh, meh. Meh, meh, meh. Trying to dress like plaid clothes with Riley. That's in most of the posters. I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. Which one is the fucking middle child? Of course, I can't just search middle child. Rose, root tree. Rose root tree is not as popular as her younger sister, her older sister. Jeez, most of the time they're lumped together. The results for Rose herself don't lead to anything different than when searching for the sisters together. Drink a deeper knife. Yeah. I think Rose is the middle then. If it's like her older sister. Oh my god, what am I doing? Sorry, I'm supposed to be. So I guess I should talk about root. Root. Oh, that's right. It's a fucking period after, and I forgot about the dumb shit. Root period. The period of it's part of the name. You spied on the Roottrees sisters, looking hella fly. Now you two like Riley, Rose, or Raina. Brenda Roottree. Carly Roottree. Yes, I knew it. One of her daughters was named Carly Roottree, and then changed her name because they wanted to fit with the R. Uh, Let me see. Carly Roottree is Raina Carly Riley. Yeah, come on, you think I'm stupid? I am, but I know how to do detective work. So lick my balls. How about that, buddy? Uh, Middle, youngest. Let's see which one of these broads has pierced ears. Her, plaid, her, and that's the oldest. Bink, bink, bink. It's not enough. But it's not enough. Oh my gosh. Can you do something for me? Can you do a little opex for me? 21. Do your thing, 21. Do your thing. Fucking shit, dude. I haven't talked at all about the Incredibles. Ugh. I feel sick to my stomach. Might as well rename this. Well, I do love me some Roottree. So let's see. Oh my god, I love the Rootrees. Oh, I can't move it yet since there's nothing else. You see, you've got. Damn. Okay, no, that's not what I'm trying to get to. Don't take me to the bums down there. So you gotta scroll through the actual names. Listed in alphabetical order by surname. And then, of course, because half the fucking people in the game are Roottrees, now there are like 1,000 Roottrees down here. Then, of course, again, there are like 3 Eliases because the founder is Elias Roottree. So let's see, I lost my thought again. Raina, Carly Roottree, also known as Rose, and let's do. I think I might be jumping the gun calling her Carly, but I'm just gonna do my thing anyways. Riley, cause there ain't no Rose, I don't think. Okay, yeah, so I was right. And then all of them are models, right? So, Shawty got piercings. I hope 4 piercings and not just 2. Oh no, I put a wrong name. Rose is the oldest, right? She's married to some bitch ass nigga named TMS. You're acting like a pussy. I think you got PMS. Tommy Mark Sheridan. Yeah. Then of course it takes you to like some other shit about brother trouble and everything. And I do think that does come back into play. But at the moment I'm just trying to get this out. And so I'm gonna worry about that when I need to worry about that. Thomas Sheridan, I'm just gonna put, let's see. Yeah. And not a blood relative. Raina is the hottest one. And then Riley is the one with plaid. Oh, yeah, I was right. So I just put the wrong name. Thanks, man. Okay, bink, bink, bink. Booyah. Anyways, you got the time. For the rest of the tree to pay significant, except for life significant. Once the cash tree go way, way, way back, here's a bit of daunting time powers. The man that started it was very. So lucky for you, only his direct blood relatives matter. Damn. That means anyone married is completely optional, but filling them in can be useful. Yes, it is. Lastly, to help you out, I've given you access to some special websites. And I'm not talking MNF Kingdom, I'm talking to you, Romy. Sorry, I get too gooned out, my bad. I've been on this thing for like an hour, and I still haven't talked about The Incredibles. Stars. Oh yeah, that's cool. The time it takes you 6 blood relatives. Alright, so as soon as I do 6, then she'll come back. Sorry, one last thing. It might sound a bit odd. Okay, that's not suspicious at all. Okay, so those people are important. Their parents are important. Cousin, uncle, another uncle, and like an aunt, I think. Then the founders. So I got 3 names so far. And then those are the parts where I can put text documents. These are the important names I've got to remember. And these are the flavors, man. It's the flavors, if I remember. It mentions that the piece because they were named as such because the original had 5 children. 5 flavors are not the same as back then. You see what I mean? This is just such notables. So this tells you how much important information is there. So what's important? I don't know. How many clues come from there? I don't know. But the Roottrees sisters, that's 3 right there. Carl, 1. Elias and Gwyneth, that's 2 more. Gwen, Red Roottree, I think he's a red herring, it was. Jim, Lauren, Miracle Jr., and then I've got to work my way up to Miracle Sr. and other miracles. There's so many Rootrees. This is what I mean. And this is partially the fun of it, that it's so daunting. But I think it's like the more you learn about it, the easier it becomes. So I'm like, honestly, if you play this game, play it with not a friend. Your friends will kill you. Play it. Hi, if someone's here, sorry. I've just been talking away, haven't I? But if you're watching this, if you're playing this with a friend, if you kill your friend because they'll kill you first. But if you really enjoy mystery, play it with like some other form of pen and pad. So I'm just gonna pull out a notepad because I'm not just gonna be typing the Benson Boone article. Don't save. Yeah. Clearing out my what's it call it? Notepad. Jeez, man, I sound like I'm off Ambien or something. Genuinely don't know if you're watching this or if someone else is here. But hi, if you're here again, sorry. This was supposed to be me talking about The Incredibles and War of the Worlds, but I just lost track because I love this game. Um, and I think this is known as a hyperfixation. So before I start writing stuff down again, this is Carl Roottrees. Carl Roottrees is their father. He was a fucking, what was he, a CEO? Carl Roottrees died. Why, my, the whole family died in a plane crash. Oh, boring. Haven't you seen Spider-Man? That stuff happens all the time. It is with a heavy heart that we mourn the loss of Carl. Let me see. Wait a minute. I'm like, at this point, I think I might as well just freaking start a whole glossary to keep track of these troglodytes. The Incredibles. I'm going to talk about The Incredibles now. I absolutely adore The Incredibles. It's such a beautiful film. It looks absolutely amazing. It looks gorgeous. The soundtrack is on point. Michael Giacchino, you're a god on the keys. Batman and Ratatouille and Up and Incredibles 2 and Spider-Man and Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. It's nuts. Along with many others. But, dog, I just absolutely adore that movie because it has such a beautiful theme that, like, you gotta find a way to, like Mr. Incredible, he wants to hold on to the past. And Elastigirl, she's like, hey, we're not in high school anymore, just because you blew out your ACL playing kickball doesn't mean that you have to constantly relive the glory days of you being like a superhero. And he's like, well, it's a part of me, so I can't just deny myself because everybody tells me to. And there's another video. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Okay, I'll just close out the live stream I'm watching. Sure. YouTube just recommends me whatever, man. Avatars by Red Fusion X. I know if I click on that man's link tree, it's gonna take me to some madness, isn't it?
Fits look so much alike. We're practically matching.
Yeah. I'm scared to click on that Twitter. I'm really scared to click on that Twitter. Okay, he does the 3D. 5 more links. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Let me click on this Twitter. What's it gonna be to? Okay, it's fairly tame. There we go. But I was expecting full cheeks and squirting on here. So that was relatively nice, relatively calm, all things considered. What was I? Huh? Okay, what was I trying to search up? Discord? No. Oh, that's right. The Incredibles as a father. Huh. That wasn't correct. Rewatching The Incredibles as a father's father. Okay, I don't know why I said increase. Incredibles as a father. Okay, yeah, sure, why not? Why not? I remember when I watched this in theaters, I was like, please, 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 please just scissor. I need it. I really want to watch it. Probably sound like rubbing a shoe. Just Elastigirl. What? Okay, okay. Now this person, I'm like, okay, yeah. Don't click on their Twitter. You can tell. All right. Patreon, yeah. Let's not. You can tell. Yeah, you can just. Oh yeah. Recently, I wanted to watch this because I was like, I never heard dude talk, and he just sounds like a normal guy, which is very funny to me.
In the amazing world of Gumball. And I play Richard Watterson in the amazing world of Gumball.
What career plans do you have?
I've always been a singer and a guitar player, and I found out about voice.
It's so crazy. I'm like, that's voice acting because with Tom Kenny, he just talked like this, and then when I go SpongeBob, I talk like this. So I'm like, this guy's like, yeah, this is me. You know, I sing, I write. Then he talks like this.
Yeah.
Cottontail Cavalier. I'm like, how do you do that? Because at first he kind of does have to. It's like when you do an accent, like or what? Oh, jeez, when an actor does an accent, they stay in like sort of range. You know, like don't go out of this range, otherwise, your accent might slip out. But I'm like, how do you do that for like Richard? Because he is such a vocal, like an expressive character. Here it is. This one. This one
The Incredibles is never really
like a
cared to
really,
have.
really good video. So I'm gonna ask that you check that out, you bitch ass nigga. Sorry. Um, fucking. I hate looking at this. Actually, this is really horrible. This is a horrible. A horrible thumbnail. So I was like, oh my god, what is that? I was like, it's incredible. Yeah, this video sounds so much fun. I didn't even realize how drunk I was until I stood up, and then I was like, oh no. Because I was like, yeah, I'm still good. I'm just talking more. And then I stood up, and then I was like, oh no, I can't move, like for real. So that was really funny. Um, I do remember I was in Jamaica for this video. My cousin, she had graduated, and I had graduated too. So I was like, this is chill. And so I went there with them. And that day, I drank something called Ray and Nephew. This stuff. I don't know what percent alcohol. I think it was like 60% alcohol. And they got some crazy ass drinks over there. Like there's one called Black Dick or something. Or Big Black Dick. Or something like that. Damn it. Damn it. Huh? Oh yeah. Those guys, I love them. They be making funny ass videos. Uh Drink. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it was called Big Black Dick. And I was like, what? Because I think I've heard someone joke about that. They're like, hey, I got some big black dick in my hand. But it's embarrassing because I'm like, it's actually kind of good. I can't lie. It like I had a sample of it, and it was like a vanilla flavor, and it was really nice. It tasted like sweet, and then it had like that kind of like ting, like that. Ooh, you know, and like all alcohol has that, but especially like rum. And so I was like, "Ugh," and I was like, that was good though. Like it was the right amount of you know, sweet and spicy. I'm no sommelier. I don't know the technical terms for it, but yeah, it was really nice. Anyways, what was I? Shit, Incredibles. Damn it! I keep getting off track. I'm so tired, man. I don't know why. I stay up way later than this on the average night, but just trying to like stream alongside. It's taxing me mentally more than it should because I'm a simpleton. But yeah, that video, good video, like really good video. So it was fun. And so yeah, The Incredibles, great movie, universal message. You know, Dash, he wants to excel, and he hates having to hide a part of himself, kind of like his dad. And they're equally immature, but Dash you can get because he's a kid. And then Violet, she kind of is like her mom, but she less wants to conform and more wants to fit in. I feel like it's a small difference. Mm, like like Elastigirl, she wants to pretend that they're normal, but Violet, she wants to be normal. And she kind of views her powers as like a burden, but then gradually learns to love them. So it's really interesting. It's a good movie, and as time goes on,
At
you
the beginning of the movie,
find
you
more
could
to
tell these people had
dissect
the
about it.
mindset that the party would never end.
Night's still young. You're very good. Oh, the mask. You still got the
But
mask.
it's a
Look at
lot
Bob
of
throughout this.
there's a lot of layers to it. But that's the thing. I think what's it called? Incredibles is really good, and then Incredibles 2 isn't as great. Like it's a good movie, but it's not like the first one. The first one is like 8, 9 out of 10. It's a children's movie, but it's like mature. And I feel like whenever you say something for kids is mature, it feels like that SpongeBob gif where he's riding on the roller coaster and it's like an inch high. But it's mature because like something can be for for children and still be like, and then something can be for adults and still be mad childish. Watch The Boys. Every single season, somebody's dick gets exploded in some way when Homelander drinks breast milk. It's childish. And it's still a good show. And the comic is like that too. But there are moments of like pathos and moments of introspection. But ultimately, it's still about, Batman, he's evil and he sticks his dick in pies and coffee and stuff like that. So it's still just like childish, but I feel like The Boys is a good series on all things considered. It should be a lot worse. It really should be. Because you have a comic and you make Superman a rapist who eats babies, and then say that 9/11 was an accident caused by stopped by the supers, and then it leads to, you know, the Brooklyn Bridge blown up. That's nuts. So The Boys is kind of like the explicit version of The Incredibles. The Incredibles is like The Boys for children, so it's cool. The Incredibles 2, sorry, The Incredibles 2 is so fucking nothing. Like it's all right, but what's the moral of the story? Um, you know, the first one, sometimes you want to relive your glory days to a dangerous extent. Like they're showing here, him going out in these big black balls and stuff. And, uh, you know, on this island, and his wife thinks he's cheating on her and everything just so he can be a superhero again. But the second one is like nothing. There's nothing. There is nothing there. And it's a good movie again, but still, what's the point of the screen slaver? Oh, you're humans and you play games, but you don't. You watch game shows, but you don't play games. You watch cooking shows, but you don't cook. You watch, you know, football, but you don't play football. It's like so nothing. It's a nothing burger, and it's like at first it's intentionally the case. Like it's intentionally vapid to like kind of see him like a big bag boogeyman to prop up superheroes, but it ultimately doesn't do anything from there. And then it doesn't help that Evelyn Dever is the most obvious villain ever. Like you expect it to be like a double take, a double twist, red herring, whatever. I thought that we all kind of thought that it was going to be Winston, how he snapped off on Evelyn, but it just wasn't. It's like you just did nothing. It's a nothing character. Like at least with Syndrome, his whole thing was like if everybody's super, no one's super, you know. And he has this whole inferiority complex, and with his, intelligence, he could have been saved the world 20,000 times over, more than Incredible could, outside of the confines of being a super, since technically speaking, he wasn't a super. He didn't have any powers. But he was just so obsessed with being, better than him that he just became a villain. And so, like, now that I'm thinking about it, like how the Incredibles are like the Fantastic Four, Syndrome is kind of like Doctor Doom. Like he can be the best dude ever, but he's so in his own head that he ends up just stifling himself. And so that's the like irony of it all. What does Screenslaver have? Like again, that whole thing of like seeming like a nothing burger in order to help set up superheroes. I thought like it was kind of like the Mandarin. I figured it was going to be like the Mandarin. People don't like the Mandarin in Iron Man 3, but I like it. Me personally, I never had any real connection to the Mandarin. of all things, because I didn't read Iron Man comics from the 70s when I was 10. You know, barely read any comics. Still trying to work on that. But it's like the whole point is that he's this horrible racist caricature boogeyman created by Killian to, help aid the war on terror, so much so that, they also have these um villains that he works with called the Jihad. I mean, not the Jihad. Oh Jesus, I'm thinking about Suicide Squad. But like he has these villains that he recruits, and they literally can blow themselves up. You know, they literally blow themselves up like suicide bombers, and he's like this Middle Eastern hero type character. I mean, villain character. I'm losing my mind. What I'm trying to say is this that he intentionally says a lot of nothing but has the appearance of saying more than he does, because he is nothing but a caricature made up by the villain to help prop up the government to aid their war. Because even with aliens and stuff like that, the government's still gonna govern. And there's a lot more that the movie says about, like how soldiers are thrown into war and then come out as broken, scarred, mangled people and it's very funny that it's one of the main characters, again, War Machine, who soon would be paralyzed from the waist down, because of this whole super thing and the war on terror and all the stuff. Uh, yeah, good ass video. So, and then there's one point in the movie where they go to the hometown, and then they see one of the extremist people who had blew up before and left like these Hiroshima shadows in the town. They're like, "Oh yeah, he was just a war veteran, and he went crazy and blew himself up and killed a bunch of people." And everyone just kind of accepted that. And it's like, why do you like? Is that not crazy to anybody else? That's just like one of the things that happens. Like you go into war and then you come out, then it's like, oh well, you might kill yourself, you might not. Who knows? So that's what the movie is about. What is Incredibles 2 about? Uh-oh. Jack went potty and he ate a cookie. He got powers. What? Man, Dad, she got to do math homework. Violet, she wanted to go to the movies with her boyfriend, but her boyfriend forgot because he got his memory erased. They literally have nothing to do. This is a sequel, and yet there is less happening. It's almost, I'm not going to say it's like it, because it would almost be no, not almost, it would be an insult to compare the two narratively, but it almost feels like Despicable Me 4, where in the movie, uh let me see, shoot, ooh, let me see, this one looks good. Let me just put this one in the back. Oh my god, what is this? Oh man, they always get the prettiest women for these eyeglass commercials, and it's like I'm trying to look at the glasses, but you keep putting like, you know, these supermodels in here, and I'm like, I'm trying to focus on one thing, you know. But anyways,
Hunted mammoths with sticks and stones, there has been no shortage of voices proclaiming this
let's
assertion.
see, what does it sound
But
like on YouTube?
why? To what end? And for that matter, what does it mean to be strong, especially in our modern world? To answer these questions, we will
Yeah,
examine
that's
the
way
character
too
arc
loud,
of the early
actually.
2000s animated Dad.
Oh
No,
shit,
Iro, sorry,
Iro,
not
I
you.
love you,
You're going to
Iro.
have to ride this one.
Brace Yoko, you must get hooked to it for the girls in Passing Say. But uncle, I really don't. I really just want June. Bridge Shoko, these passing to say girls be trifling. But yeah. Anyways, what was I? Oh my god, dopeness, beautiful scene from the movie. Um. Anyways, I was trying to say that it almost feels Incredibles 2 almost feels like Despicable Me 4. Like it's a bunch of bits all strung together through like one movie about like a supervillain. And ultimately Screenslaver's plan makes less sense than the freaking dude from what's his name? Maximilian Mananos or whatever from Despicable Me 4 who wants to like turn his son into a cockroach because at least you know what he wants. Incredibles 2 is like, my parents didn't get saved by the superheroes. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure that nobody ever relies on supers again. And so it's like, yeah, they were already in hiding. All you have to do is just not let Winston support them. I don't know. Like, you want to mind control everybody, but mind controlling your brother is a step too far. Like, I mean, I guess that makes sense, you know. I'm glad that in that movie she didn't just become like a super crazy person like what's his name from Big Hero 6 who loved um Tadashi and then let him get blown up so he could steal some microchips. Then he was like, that was his mistake. So I'm glad she still stayed, you know, human, didn't just let her brother die. But ultimately, you know, there were so many points before she could have stopped it and she didn't. And then comes up with the flimsiest plan ever, like lets a fake screen slaver get arrested, and then it's like he didn't know anything. And she's like, well, you know, maybe he's just pretending. And it's like you didn't think about that. You didn't think that, you know, when they took the glasses off, they'd ask him stuff, and then he wouldn't know anything, and then it would be obvious that he was being mind controlled as well. Then immediately Elastigirl figures it out, and then she has to like switch gears. And then in the end, when they go to the summit, the whole thing is like we're gonna get the supers to crash the yacht into the city and kill people, so that way they'll never trust the supers again. And it's like you don't think they're gonna look and then be like, wait a minute, oh, these are goggles that the screenslaver made, and then the guy from you know the house that got blown up got mind controlled by those same goggles, and they're acting out of character. Maybe they're getting mind controlled. Like you just do, it's so many gaps and leaps in logic, and it's so stupid. And it's like I'm a normal person, and I can realize how stupid the plan is, and she's like a super genius who can create like super tech, and she can't see that. And it's not even like a blinded by rage type thing. It's just general gaps in thought and in common sense. But all that to say, the movie isn't great because she's also not great. And then it's just a problem with sequels in general because like the first movie took forever to make and then went through like 500 billion drafts because they had no idea if it would even work. Like that's the crazy thing. Now we know, like, yeah, it works. But back then, they're just like, it's a story about like, you know, the Thing or Superman, you know, Captain America, but if he was fat. So, like, nobody had any faith in it, or they did have faith, but didn't know if anyone else would. And then you know, they went through the drafts and then they started storyboarding and writing stuff, and then they're like, oh, that doesn't work, and change stuff, and then, you know, the villain was supposed to be like some other villain, and then in the first 10 minutes they had some random dude named Syndrome show up, and then someone's like, hey, I like Syndrome, you should make him the villain, and then they did, and then they reworked it and then got like the story we have now. So it's just a lot of spontaneity and trial and error and stuff like that. But but Incredibles 2 basically knew that as soon as they made it, it would make $1 billion and everyone would see it, regardless of how good it was. And obviously, we all did see it because we had faith in Pixar. But alas, they just made an okay movie as a sequel to a great movie. And so it was just like disappointing. At the moment, I was like, I liked it. But like looking back at it, it's like, it's a good watch, but it's not a good watch in the same way like the first one is, you know. Like, it's like one of those things where the first one is so solid that it's so hard to even come up with like an entry point for a sequel. Like it starts off good with like the Underminer comes out, and then it's like, oh, we gotta continue with that, and you know, because of that, then they get arrested, and then because of that, they have to go back into hiding, and then because of that, Saul comes out, and then he's like, "Hey, I got an idea," and so it starts to go somewhere, and then it just kind of falls apart because it doesn't really know what it wants to be. Like, does it want to be about the family life and everything, or no? Doesn't want to be about the impact they've had on other people, or no, doesn't want to talk about the damage caused by the supers, or how society as a whole has changed because a fundamental force of the government of the the society they live in is gone. Like, could you imagine that if the police just got banned one day and then nobody knew that like half the police squad just like randomly got killed by a giant robot? It will destroy the world as we know it because nobody would have anyone to come in and be like, "Hey guys, sorry we couldn't do anything. Your house got broken into, but whatever, we'll file a report." I'm just trolling. But basically, like there's so many different ways they could have gone with it. Oh, hey, but it just kind of, kind of muddles, and it's kind of disappointing. It's kind of a letdown. Squeeze it, yeah. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Incredible, you some freaks. When she was like that, I was like, Mr. Incredible, you're a stronger man than me, most definitely, because through the mattress, through the concrete, through the mantle of the earth, through the magma chamber, she's going straight into the core of the planet. Anyways, all that to say, uh, it's a bit of a letdown. Like it's like something like Across the Spider Verse was able to be expanded upon because it felt like they left some threads out there. Like, oh, where can we pick up? Where can we pick up? And then what can we turn into? And then, of course, you got bitch ass Avi Arad who's like, hey, why don't you make the Spot the villain? Because I hate you and I hate Spider Man and I want all of his movies to fail. And they're like, you know what? We're going to make Spot go to anyways. And then they overworked all of their workers and then made two different versions of the movie. It made it a nightmare to watch. And then the sound mixing was bad when it first came out. But it was a good movie overall. It was a good movie. Um, but like it had threads to continue upon and pull on. And then you also had, in comparison, Kung Fu Panda. Love me some Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda 1, he becomes a dragon warrior. Kung Fu Panda 2, he becomes at peace with the nature of life and death. And Kung Fu Panda 4, 3, he learns to love himself or whatever, be at one with himself. So yeah, found peace with himself, found peace with like the universe or whatever, and now he's the proper dragon warrior. And so we didn't need a Kung Fu Panda 4, but they're making Kung Fu Panda 4. And what's it about? Oh, Poe needs to be a leader, even though he's already a leader. Oh, Poe needs to give the Dragon Warrior role to somebody else. And it was like, I think around the point, literally around the point where Poe fought like the giant stingray creature, and the entire fight was on like a dock. And around the dock was absolutely nothing. I was like, oh, this is a fucking bargain bin movie, isn't it? It's gonna be shit. Like, you can just tell. Like, oh, they're saving money for the sets. They do not want to spend any extra money. Like, it's like literally watching a straight to DVD sequel, but with a slightly bigger budget. And so it didn't know what it wanted to do. And then you look at the production notes, and Jesus is Lord, Savior of all things holy and unholy. I mean, of all things man and beast or whatever. Production notes. Kung Fu Panda 4. I gotta show you this. If you haven't seen this, let me see. Share this tab. Horrible production details from Kung Fu Panda 4. Early on, Kung Fu Panda 4 was considered to be a live action animation hybrid. It featured humans in a city called Human City. Are we for real? Mike Mitchell, you're a loser. Like Meg Bitchell? No, you're the bitch hole. Got him. It insisted against fleshing out the backstory, so she was going to be even shittier. Apparently, Chameleon and Jen has zero backstory. By the time enough to change his mind, they were already too far along in animating to add anything but a few extra lines. So this is what I mean. Lord Shan, General Kai were very last minute additions. The Furies 5, the main characters of the first 3 movies, were last minute additions. These aren't, Nick Fury cameos. These are main characters being added in last minute. All because they don't know what they want to do. All because they're trying to keep making stuff instead of ending it where it needs to end and not properly figuring out a way to flesh it out before the fucking production begins. Production is for when you actually start producing it. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a feature. And that might come across as like, hey, I know stuff, but literally, what do I know? I'm just a film major. Oh my god, Elastigirl is so hot. Genuinely, I can't. Sorry. Anyway, sorry. What was I saying? Kung Fu Panda just had nowhere to go. And so, the last thing, the whole reason I started doing this isn't just because I love Incredibles, isn't just because I love Incredibles, which I do, but it's also because, Incredibles is a fantastic, movie. And one night, like last week, my cousin was like, hey, Kai, if you could make an Incredibles 3 or an Incredibles sequel series for Disney Plus, what would you do? And I was like, oh, because usually he doesn't ask me what I do differently or how I'd make something. We just talk about stuff. And so I was like, that felt like a interesting challenge. So I was like, okay, sure, why not? And so I just ended up spending like 30 minutes talking about it through voice messages, kind of like what I'm doing now. How long have I been recording this? An hour and a half. Makes sense. But I did come up with three ideas for an Incredibles 3 or show. So I said, number one, Underminer. Underminer burrows into the center of the Earth, destroys the Earth's core, blows it up, kills everybody in the Incredibles verse, so we can never make another sequel. So that seemed like a good idea for me, at least. That way we kind of stop poking the bear and just end it where it ends it. You know, man, looking back at that clip, I'm like, Dash would have been beyond dead. These dudes were like Hawkeye. Look at that. Bang, 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 bang. All of those would have immediately eviscerated him. They were on point. That's kind of grim. But anyways, yeah, that's my first theory. Kill everybody. But in case you don't want to do that, I have two more. The second idea for how to make an Incredibles 3, or what it should be about, Nando v. movie style. Uh, other supers, and like the psychology behind them. You know what I mean? Because they showed a bunch of other supers that were hired by Dev Tech or whatever they're called, and some of them were like, "Hey, we loved you, man. You know, loved your stuff, you milf. You're so goated." And so she was like, "Oh, thanks, man. It's me, Helen Bob." And that's me getting grabbed by Mrs. Incredible's Gorilla Grip Coochie. Oh, don't mind if I stay in here. Come inside, the water's warm, you know. But anyways, the supers go crazy. They could be a lot more, you know, like that show One Piece fan letter or whatever it's called, about like how all the characters in One Piece are influenced by the main characters. Something like that, that just shows that uh the sway these heroes have had on their lives and influenced them to be better or to use their gifts for better, and the psychology behind having to like put a part of yourself away forever and never be able to use it again. I mean, that is kind of what happened in the first one. Maybe that one's not as great, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff about, like inferiority and stuff like that. Like, even if you, like, Bob had a shitty job, but he was goaded, and then he also had a sexy wife and three loving kids. So his life was shit, but it could have been a lot worse. And so I feel like you could make it either like a dude whose life absolutely sucks, but he's like an amazing superhero. And then when he has to be a superhero no more, he's like, oh, this is painful. Or you could have a dude who's a superhero, and then it's like a Bruce Wayne type, and then he can't be a super anymore. And then he's like, damn, this is actually really vapid what I'm doing. I could be doing a lot more. And so, just like the idea of like, do you need to be super to be super? Do you need to be a super to be super, or to be a good person, or a force of influence, positivity? Because even in the first one, Bob was doing insurance work, and he was still able to help people out, so much so that his boss wanted to fire him because he was helping too many people out. And so I'm like, but ultimately he still just didn't like it and felt he could have been doing more, which led to all this madness. But it's like there's more that can be done there, which leads me to my third and final point. Um, third and final idea. Make it about Jack Jack. And I feel like people have done this to death, but I feel like there's an interesting angle you can take with Jack Jack. Because Jack Jack was the original potential man, you know, has every single power ever, kind of like Franklin Richards. And it's like a jack of all trades, hence his name Jack Jack. And it's like everyone is like, "Damn, Jack Jack, you're goated. You're a fucking cool ass nigga." And he's like, "Goo goo gaga." So what if he's no longer goo goo gaga? What if he's a man and he can talk and walk and he says, "Hey man, I don't want to be a super. You know, there's other ways I can help people, or I don't even want to help people. Period." And it's like, is it selfish to not want to help other people, to devote your other life to just time? Ooh, jeez, yeah, your other life to only pain and suffering. Thanks, man, for this ad. I really like that. Like, is it selfish to just want to say no? Like, maybe, but is it wrong? Mm, So I feel like that could be something. Like, I'm gonna say something a bit controversial. I don't know how many people are even gonna watch this or are watching it now. He says two people. I don't know. But like uh Zack Snyder's Superman, Man of Steel. His whole Superman trilogy, I guess you can call it, Man of Steel, BVS, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Plus, I guess, Wonder Woman. I was gonna say Aquaman. Not Aquaman. I guess Suicide Squad, but not really, but kinda. I don't know. Just like I get what he was doing, and I like it. I really like the Snyderverse for some reason. People hate it, and maybe it's because I watched the Ultimate Cut before and watching any other version of Batman v Superman. But I liked it, and it's like this mental thing I have where it's like I don't really consider these characters the comic characters because it's an adaptation. So when something's different, I'm like, yeah, it changes. Watchmen was very different, and the ending was a lot worse. But I'm like, hey, it's its own thing. You know, Guardians of the Galaxy is very different from the comics, but people like it, and I like it, and so you just kind of accept that it's its own thing. Dragon Ball Evolution, dog shit fucking film, horrible film, but it's not its own. It's not Dragon Ball. So it's a lot easier for me to mentally be like, okay, well, it's not Dragon Ball, so I don't ever need to think about the fact that Dragon Ball's biggest contribution, to the West, his biggest appearance, it's Hollywood live action debut with actual actors who are on actual TV shows like Shameless and 90210 is dog shit. I just go like it's not. It's a different thing. You know. So it's kind of a coping mechanism too. But ultimately, that with it's just like its own thing. So it's a lot easier for me to distance the comics from the movies. And I was like, yeah, so Superman isn't Supermanish, but I'm like, maybe he will be. Like at this point, I'm like, I don't care. I'm not waiting at this point. I don't really need to get mad and wait because Superman doesn't act like Superman at the end of the Superman movie, Man of Steel. But by the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League, he kind of does, but not, again, not really. And like sometimes comic accuracy can become a bit of a crutch where people watch straight dog shit cheeks films and then go like, well, hey, at least it's comic accurate. Like, oh, that's wonderful, I guess. Like, yeah, okay. Oh, you really liked Ant-Man and the Wasp? Oh, Ghost was accurate to the comics? Oh, okay. That's very cool. Anyways, you know, but Superman at the end of Man of Steel doesn't feel like Superman. And Batman v Superman, still not Superman. And uh, Snyder Cut, kind of Superman. So it was a multi act arc, and when you see it all in the same breath as opposed to having to wait years, because honestly I never watched any of them really. I watched Man of Steel and I was like, all right. Yeah, as a kid I was like, all right, cool. Then think I saw bits and pieces of Batman v Superman and I was like, all right, cool. Then I saw Suicide Squad and I was like, all right. And then watched Justice League when I was in like seventh grade and I absolutely loved it, you know. And growing up, I realized, okay, it's a bad movie, but a part of me still, deep down, past all the shit and reshoots and everything, kind of likes it, even though it's a very bad, very poorly paced, very horribly edited, badly saturated, color graded, written. What else is there? Sound design, creature design, set design, everything else is bad about it. I still kind of like it in my heart of hearts. And so Man of Steel, you know, its whole thing is I'm just gonna keep playing this while I talk. But ultimately the whole arc is basically setting up Superman to become Superman by failing and fucking up so badly that he ends up realizing like, okay, I messed up and I need to be better and want to be better and to want to help people. Because in Man of Steel, he doesn't want to do anything really, but he just is told by both of his dads that he has to. And before he's even really given a choice, he has to fight General Zod. And like rather than just starting out with bank robbers, he's fighting men who hate him and his family and want him dead. And so it's like, man, you know, like, no warm up, no nothing. Anyways, but because of that, he's forced into like the worst possible scenario, and again, badly fucks up, stupidly, horribly, for some reason, throws Zod into the city, and then ends up destroying the city. So I guess you could just boil that down to like first day jitters, whatever. But then Batman v Superman, he kind of feels that he needs to repent almost. Like this whole thing is just like he needs to be a superhero because his dad said so, and his dad stupidly again walked into a hurricane and let himself get killed. And so he was like, man, I can't just let him die for nothing. So he becomes a superhero and he hates it because it's just busy work at this point. And so he's going through the motions and like so many people begin to hate him along with the lovers, but Lex Luthor and Batman because of what he did in Metropolis. And he's like, I'm sick of this. And then his mom just says, well, if you hate it, just stop doing it. And then he's like, oh yeah, I guess I can. And then before he's given the choice again, Doomsday comes in. And so he's like, okay, I could, again, he's not really given a choice of whether or not he wants to fight him. And so he stabs, Doomsday, kills himself along with him. And Justice League, they bring him back again. And he doesn't have a choice again. But then he flies away with Lois, and then he's like, maybe I can be a superhero. Maybe I don't have to be. But he ultimately goes back to the fortress and then he's like, even if they might have it, I still want to help. And so again, he's not given the choice, but he actively chooses. I mean, he's not given a real choice, but he at least kind of chooses to be a hero, because before then he would have just been like, all right, shit, I guess I have to. But at least here he's like, hey, you know, you're Alfred, right? I loved you in Lion King. You're a dope dude. Uh, a genius blinded by jealousy. Oh, look, I was just talking about that. Anyways, I mean, saying the same thing, I guess, but he's gonna say it in a longer format. Yeah, sure. And so it's just like, I'm sure with like three more movies, Superman would be the Superman that we know. And obviously, if I was at that age and I cared about it while it was coming out, I'd be mad, most likely. Mad that it would take that long, and then mad that it got canceled after taking so long. And so people really like Superman because he fits the mold of Superman extremely quickly, because they kind of want instant gratification. Not to say that's a completely bad thing, but it's like people just want more of the same sometimes. And it sounds bad, but then you see the same and then you're like, damn, okay, maybe it's good. Maybe it's really good. You know what I mean? Like, keep doing the same old hits, but then every now and then it's like, okay, maybe we need to just go back to formula and then work it out from there. So really excited to see if Superman, where he goes from here. You know, Corn Sweat Superman, he was good, but all that to say, Jack, I feel like he could be something like that. Like, like as I said earlier, you know, people are still able to help out whether or not they have powers. Everybody has the capacity to be the worst, most evil bastard ever, or a force of goodness who inspires others to be their best selves. And you can do it with a nuke, or you can do it with a pencil. You can do it with a gun. You can do it with a tweet. You can change the world with the power of you, regardless of powers or not, because your individuality is the biggest strength you'll ever have. And I feel like having Jack be given that idea and the opposing notion that when great power, great responsibility, you have to be a super to be a super. It's like, uh what's it called? Like a, you know, paradoxical a bit. And so he has to wrestle with that idea. And he's like, damn, do I really want to keep being like a superhero like my dad? Or do I just want to be a normal ass dude? Like, is it wrong to just not want to be a superhero or a villain? Like, just to be a civilian? So I feel like there could be a lot done with that. I got really motivational there for a second. Don't know where that came from. But I feel like sometimes I be goofing off too much. And sometimes it's just nice to say nice things. And so honestly, I'm like, yeah, if you listen to this point, don't fit the norm. You know, that's a little the the quote of the day. I hate when people are like, someone did something different. That's so, and then it fails, and then they're like, oh my gosh, he's washed. He was goaded, but now he's washed, just because someone tried something different. because that's what they liked, and then it ended up like failing. And then sometimes it works. Like Logan Roy on Succession said, everyone says that something won't work until it works, and then it becomes so fucking obvious. Like no, like you think back in the '80s, like people were like, I read Dark Knight Returns again recently, and it was like they were saying how nobody was gonna like reading that shit, or everyone was saying it how it was gonna be terrible because no one wants to read a comic about old fat Batman who like is violent and shoots a guy in the throat or whatever, and then kills Joker at the end, and then like creates a gang of tyrants. I mean, not tyrants, of like bikers, and then fights Superman in a metal suit, and then everybody loved it, and then they're like, "Of course we loved it. It's the Dark Knight Returns." So, like everybody hates breaking out of the mold until you break out of the mold the right way, and then it's like, "Well, yeah, of course we love it. Of course we love The Incredibles." It's a movie about supers, and supers are having to be normal people. Like, yeah, obviously now we can say that with the benefit of hindsight, but it's like just keep pushing the norm, just keep pushing the envelope. You know, don't feel like you have to be a thing. Don't like that's what I love so much about YouTube. Even like when I need to be a lot more motivated when it comes to this, if I want to do something more with this, but just like this medium. You can do anything you want with it. You can make any type of video essay, any type of song you want, any type of genre, and it doesn't need to be a specific, like, this is a gaming essay and it only needs to be about gaming. This is a cooking video. And you start it by saying, "Hi, I'm John, and I'm cooking," and then show the ingredients and then cook. Like, you can do whatever you want, however you want, and then if it fails, whatever, try again. If it doesn't fail and you like it, but you still want to improve, improve. And so that's the fun of trying new things and bettering yourself. You fuck up and then you get better and you do it again because that's the fun of it all. And so just be you. Um, and be your best self and be your worst self, and then let those two guys come together, and then you'll be fucking awesome and shit. You'll be really cool. So yeah. And what else? War of the Worlds I was gonna talk about. Fucking terrible movie. Oh my gosh. That movie was so ass it felt like it was supposed to be for Will Smith. Because like at this point I'm like, Will Smith, that feels like he's washed at this point. No offense to Will Smith, but it's like at this point I'm like, yeah, if Will Smith was in War of the Worlds, I'd be like, yeah, that's a Will Smith movie. Because every now and then he'll just do something so fucking dumb. You're like, dog, what are you doing? Like, how did you get to this point? Because what do you mean to tell me you turned down Django and then did Suicide Squad? You turned down The Matrix and did Wild Wild West. You turned down Inception and did Shark Tale. Are you like damaged? Like genuinely? So I'm like, War of the Worlds feels like one of those movies. In like 10 years, he was gonna be like, ah, yeah, man. Actually, I got offered Avengers 6, but I didn't want to limit myself because I saw the greater capacity I could shoot into, and I just saw the greatness and limiting myself. So that's why I did the Zoom call movie War of the Worlds. Like that feels like one of those movies. But he ended up just not doing that. Like that's what it feels like. Like in an alternate universe, like one stop away, like everything everywhere all at once. Will Smith is in War of the Worlds, So, like that movie was so shit. It is so fucking stupid. The aliens are eating our data. The aliens are eating our data. They love data. They feed off data. Horrible film. Genuinely so bad. Genuinely so stupid. But it's a great watch. It's a lot of fun. Will Smith, you suck at rapping. I'm just playing, dog. You got a Grammy, and you didn't even need to swear on your rap songs. You're a really cool guy. Your wife will never cheat on you because that's why you said you wanted to act. So your girlfriend would never cheat on you again. And obviously that worked because you are a really great actor and your wife never cheats on you. Fucking dickhead. You're so stupid, Will Smith. You're a stupid ass bitch. I'm just playing. You're a funny guy, Will Smith. I liked you in Bad Boys 3 and Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys 2 is the best one. Bad Boys 2 is the best Bad Boys movie. Way better than the first one. A lot better than the second, and a lot better than the second, a lot better than the third. War of the Worlds is so stupid and brainless and vapid, and it's so ugly. It literally just looks so plain, and it's not even like like in the sense of like it's the footage of the camera, because even what's it called, Unfriended and Searching or whatever are like zoom camera films, but they're at least interesting to look at and don't have the shitty fake UI constantly glossing over the screen, giving me motion sickness from all the layers of motion blur to make it look like it's a real screen when it obviously isn't. And then this dude turns down like calls about like this alien invasion so he could check on his daughter's Tesla. And then when he sees it, he's like, damn, man, oh my God, oh my God. Like, there's a scene where his daughter like gets stabbed in the leg and she's bleeding out. And then he has to leave the screen and then comes back and the car is covered in blood. Like not just the seat, like the top, the bottom, the sides, everything. And I was like, "Are you gonna say something about that? It looks like a bear attack in here." And he's like, "Oh, damn," and then just moves on. Like, can you emote, please? Director, can you say something? Say, hey, Cube, do a second take. Oh, no, I guess not. Ice Cube turns down like 12 calls from the White House so he can check on his daughter. Everyone's like, hey, Cube, look at this. This is important. We're getting isotopes and radioactive shit. And he's like, I can't. My daughter, she's bleeding out. I gotta check on her. And then she gets taken in by her boyfriend, who's played by Roderick for some reason. And then he's like, okay, I gotta check on her, make sure that, her stomach's all right, and make sure, oh, her heartbeat's going up too much on her. Like, he is such a weirdo in this movie, and it's so weird how they don't really confront how weird it is. Like, they're like, that is so weird. Like, like following your kids on Instagram and then like stalking their followers, that's weird. This dude is hacking into government agencies to stalk his pregnant daughter and then not hack yeah, hacking into government cameras and so on, and then going into her smart fridge's camera and measuring the protein and caloric intake of everything that she eats and then berating her because she's not eating enough. That is fucking psycho. And they're like, Dad, that's weird. Okay. cut it out. Like you're acting like he's just coming to like the like after school. It's like, hey, you want to come out? Eat some Culvers with me. Like, no, that's way different. You're way underreacting because this dude is a psycho and he is misappropriating government technology for this beautiful woman who plays his daughter. Oh my god, I gotta look at her. What was her name again? Uh, Warped Worlds. Her name was like I mean, he has no sense of urgency in this film. Is War of the Worlds the worst film of 2025? Says Google. They say that with every bad movie, but yeah, it's definitely this one. Oh my god. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, she was the daughter on Black AF. Okay, yeah. I was like, she seems familiar in that picture. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Project. Look how they mess it good, my boy. Look how they mess it good, my boy. Um, it's just such a shit ass movie, dude. Terrible. Terrible. What else was it wrong with that movie? That dude Ryan George, he made a video about it. Where he said something. Ryan George, I love you, man. You're amazing. When you take melanin, oh, you can't say that word, Ryan. Don't do it. I know you wanna. And I'll probably let you, but you can't say it on camera. What was it he was saying? Hello, I'm a bald fat fuck. I used to go to Africa and eat monkey skulls with the Zulu tribe, but now I'm here. Selman is the greatest showman. I got circumcised when I was actually 19 years old, and it had grown what we call a five skin. You was Oh my god. Yeah, the whole movie, he's going and he's like, um, you know, his daughter looks like she gets blown up by like a laser, and then he's like, Maya, answer the phone, pick up, and he's like texting her on WhatsApp. I'm like, bro, she has bigger problems. She has bigger fish to fry. Ice Cube. Yay, yay. Okay, she's got bigger stuff to deal with. Oh yeah, that's right. He gets locked in, and then he grabs the door. He's like, "The door's locked. It's a glass door."
He's supposed to get through a glass door and exit this room.
Like he has no urgency whatsoever. That's what I mean. What else was it? Damn.
Taking a lot of police modifier before the surveillance operation. They sure did, but they want Homeland
Oh
Security.
yeah, there was one scene where it's the hacker. He's like, "All right, guys, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hack into the Pentagon. You know, Master Blaster, you hack the mainframe," and then all of them have these shitty ass, Call of Duty voice modifiers on. It's like, Master Blaster, you get the mainframe. It's like, you got her. It's like, and then you know, Zorats, you get the databases. It's like, absolutely, Commander. And he's like, Starfire, because one of those called Starfire. It's like, you um, get the DDoSes going. It's like, you're on it, boss. And then it's like, and Darkwing, just stay out of trouble. So it's literally like those old, like, when the Five Nights at Freddy's movie came out, people were making fun of it, like, and Chica, you just be Chica, you know. Like, that's what it literally feels like. It's such a poorly made movie. Like, it looks so bad. Again, I can't stop saying it. Well, how much time do I have now? I've been on here for 2 hours. Hi, two people. If you're real, can you give a nigga a heart? Say, Kai, you're goated. Kai, you're goated. And then put a custom K filet emoji. Oh, this shit was such a stupid idea. Like, why did I try and monetize YouTube? I wish I could back out of the creator program in the capacity of having like memberships and stuff like that, just so I don't have to keep looking at it. But maybe also revenue for now, at least, because I'm not really making anything, and I'm like, I don't want my 70 cents or however much I've made in the last year to go away. So I might just, I don't know. Guy, you are so goated. No, thanks, man. Come here. Oh, mm, ah, mm, Stop it. Hey, Jarvis, open up red gifts. Yes, sir, right away. Mm, 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 mm. I need to clean out my. I should really show. What's it called? Let me see. I've been showing just every tab, but I need to show this in a better capacity because it's nuts how I've been doing it. Every time I find a YouTube video, I just open a new tab so I can watch it later on. So now I have like 70 tabs open now on this window alone. Where is it? Oh, there, like this one is just my account opened again. This one is for Rebel Taxi, so I can watch this Ben 10 video. Wizard 101? What? An ad for Wizard 101? I was like, what? An ad for Wizard 101 in 2025? God, the Dark Ages are upon us again, huh? Anyways, it's 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. Places gotta close now. The bartender looks as though he knows. Then Bostic, you beautiful rat faced, beautiful man. Canadian. Wait a minute, what the Frank? You're. Yeah, how old was he in the first. Wait a minute, 91. Wait a minute. So if he was. So he was like actually like 20 or whatever? 18? How quickly was the turnaround on these films? I think I rewatched the Chipmunks films and I was like, okay, yeah, these look like shit. But these were okay looking. I don't know. Jeff Kinney, you were the one writer and producer on these animated ones? Huh. I don't know, man. Dude. Anyways, I'm very sleepy. So thank you guys for watching this, and make sure to like and subscribe and rewatch it and share and put in the comments, Kai, you're goated, Kai, you're goated. Never give up and don't kill yourself. So I'll try and internalize that, because at this rate, I don't know if I listen if I told myself that. But yeah, um, and this isn't like the millennial self-deprecating, like, oh, I want to die type humor. Like, I've been feeling very bleak, you know. Oof, you know, like so many people are moving upwards and onwards in life, and it's like me who's just here, you know. Incredible fucking gassy. Incredible goddamn gassy. Anyways, that's about it. Thank you so much for tuning in and staying, for all who are here. Just 3 people are here. Said at most results like 5 people. So thank you guys all for staying here, and I'm gonna turn the stream off. You have a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite, because they'll get in your ass and bite your hairs and stuff. It's not cool. I'd be telling the bed bugs, don't do that. I don't like it. And they're like, yeah, I'm gonna eat that ass. I'm like, guys, stop. Anyways, I need to sleep. Good night. Bye bye.